Fifth grade into math, lesson 15.1, part 2. So we need to find the value of the expression. So 10 to the second power is what? 100. So I'm going to write 100 over this just to remind myself. Then since we're multiplying by a whole number, we're going to move the decimal to the right. And how many zeros do we have? 2. So 1, 2. So my new answer is 3, 8, 2, 5, 6, 7, 7. I'm going to go back in and add my commas. And so my new answer is 3,825,677. Okay, next one. I'm multiplying by a whole number of 100. Which way am I moving my decimal? To the right. How many places? 2. So I'm going to loop 1, 2. Rewrite my numbers. 9, 3, 2, 5, 6. Go back in and add my comma of 93,256. Now, you guys need to make sure that looks like a comma and not a decimal. Because sometimes when you guys have been writing it, it's really hard for me to tell what you have. Okay? So make sure I can tell the difference between a comma and a decimal. All right, next one. I am multiplying by a decimal. So am I going to the left or to the right? To the left. How many decimal places do I have? So I'm looking at this. How many decimal places do I have? 2. So I'm going to go 1, 2, and now I'm going to rewrite my numbers. 7, 1, decimal 4, 3, 5. So my answer is 71 and 435,000. Okay, next one. And I'm multiplying by a decimal or a whole number? Whole number. So am I moving left or right? Right. And I have how many zeros? I have 3. So I'm going to move right. 1, 2, 3. And I need to put a 0 to hold my spot. Because I didn't have enough place values, right? Okay. So my answer is 4, 2, 3, 5, 0. And I'm going to go back in and add my comma. So 43,350. Next one, 10 to the third power is what? Is 1,000. Okay. And I'm multiplying by a whole number or a decimal? Whole number, so am I going left or right? Right. How many places? 3. So technically my decimal is back here, right? So if they don't give you a decimal, you just put it at the end. And then I'm going to loop it how many times? 1, 2, 3. And I need to put zeros in there to hold my spots. Correct? So then I'm going to rewrite my number. 5, 9, 7, 6, 0, 0, 0. Go back in and add my commas. So my answer is 5,976,000. Next one. Am I multiplying times a decimal or a whole number? Decimal. So am I going left or right? Left. How many decimal places do I have here? I have 1. So once again, they didn't have a decimal here, so I'm going to put it at the end. And we said we're going to go 1 place to the left. So my new number is 3, 6, 5, decimal 4. Find the value that makes the equation true. So 10 to the third power times something gives me 34,000. So basically, I need to do the opposite of what that says, right? So 10 to the third power is what? Is 1,000. So technically, when we have a whole number, we move the decimal to the right, correct? This time, we need to do the opposite, so we're going to move it to the left to find the missing number. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and my new answer is 34. Something times 100 gives us 843. So once again, I have a whole number, so I would usually go to the right, but I'm trying to find the missing number, so in this case, I'm going to go to the left. How many places? 2. So my answer is 8 and 43 hundredths. Okay, 100 times something between 76 and 5,500. So once again, I have a decimal, but usually I would go to the left. But I'm finding the missing addend, so I need to go to the, or not missing addend, the missing number. So I'm going to go to the right. And how many places? How many places are there here, guys? 2. So I'm going to go 1, 2, and so I have 7,655 as my answer. And on their sales book on a website for $8.95 each, a teacher orders 10 books. How much will the teacher pay? So I have the $8.95, and then they order 10 books. So am I moving to the right or the left? To the right, because it's a whole number. How many places? 2. So it would be what? $89.50. A library orders 10 to the third power of books. So we have 8.95. 10 to the third power is what? 1,000. So is that a whole number or a decimal? Whole number. So am I going to the right or the left? Right? How many places? 3. So 1, 2, 3. And I have to put a 0 in there to hold my spot. So I'm going to write 8, 9, 5, 0. Come back into the comma. And what's my label? $8,950. So I need to see work on every problem today. And what is your work going to be? Looping, right? Okay. So I'm multiplying times the decimal. So I'm going to move to the left. How many decimal places do I have in 100? 2. So I'm going to go 1, 2 to the left. And my new answer is 723,000. I'm multiplying times the decimal. How many? Which way am I going? To the left. I have 1/10. How many decimal places is that? 1. So I'm going to go 1 place to the left. So 7 and 23 hundredths. I'm taking 72 and 3/10 times 1. Anything times 1 is itself. So 72 and 3/10. I'm multiplying times a whole number. Am I going to the left or to the right? To the right. How many zeros are on that whole number? 1. So I'm going 1 place to the right, and my answer is 723. Next one. 10 to the 0 power is what? Is 1. I'm going to put a 1 over that. Anything times 1 is? Itself. So 3 and 5,800. 10 to the first power is 10. Okay. I'm multiplying by a whole number. So am I going to the left or to the right? To the right. How many zeros do I see? 1. So I'm going to move it 1 place to the right. And my answer is 35 and 8/10. 10 to the second power is 100. Okay, I'm multiplying times a whole number. So I'm moving to the right. How many zeros do I have? 2. So my answer is 358. 10 to the third power, 1,000. Okay, I'm multiplying times a whole number. So am I going to the left or to the right? To the right. How many zeros do I have? 3. So 1, 2, 3. And I add in a, so I write 3580 and go back in and add a comma. So my answer is 3,580. Okay, next page. On your own, attention precision, how would you explain to another student how to multiply 725 by 100? So basically, you need to tell them you need to move your decimal 2 places to the left. Okay, so move your decimal 2 places to the left. Find the value of the expression. So 10 times 565 and 5,400. So you're multiplying by a whole number, right? How many zeros? One. So I'm moving to the right or to the left? One place to the right. So 5, 6, 5, 5, decimal 4. So my answer is 5,655 and 4 tenths. Okay, next one, I'm multiplying times a decimal. So am I going to the left or to the right? Left. 100 and how many decimal places? 2. So 2 places to the left. So 1, 2. So my answer is 9, 7, decimal 6, 4, 6. So 97 and 646,000. Make sure you're staying with us and not working ahead, please. 10 to the third power is what? 1,000. So I'm multiplying times a whole number. So am I going to the left or to the right? To the right, 3 places. So 1, 2, 3. Have to put a 0 in there to hold my extra spot. 7, 6, 3, 4, 0. Go back in and add my commas. So 76,340. Okay, find the value that makes the equation true. So we are finding missing numbers, right? So basically we're going to do the opposite of what we should do. So 10 is a whole number. So instead of going to the right, I'm going to go to the left 1 spot. So my answer is 427 decimal 64. So 427,600. No, 427 and 6,400. Okay. Normally when I multiply times the decimal, I go to the left, but I need to do the opposite, so I'm going to go to the right. My decimal would be right here, so I'm going to go 1 place to the right, put a 0 to hold my spot. Write my numbers 73540. Come back in and add my comma. So my answer is 73,540. Okay, next one. 10 to the third power is what? 1,000. Okay, so normally I'm multiplying by a whole number, so I would go to the right. This time now we're looking for the missing numbers, so I'm going to go the opposite way. So I'm going to go to the left. How many places? So 1, 2, 3. So 78.66. Now, can I put the 0? I could, but it's just holding a spot, right? 4 different boxes weigh a total of 245 pounds. One box weighs 1/10 of the total amount. How much does the box weigh? So my original number is 245. My decimal would be right here. Do I need to go to the left or to the right? The left, because it's a decimal or a fraction, right? And how many places? 1 place. So 24 and 5/10 pounds. Another box weighs 1/100th of the total amount. So 245 is our total amount. Decimal would be here. And then they want 1/100th. So once again, this is a fraction. So am I going to the left or to the right? To the left. How many places? 2. So 1, 2. So our answer is 2 and 4,500 pounds. Okay. Next one, we have exponent. 10 to the first power is 1. Anything times itself is itself, or anything times 1 is itself. So 345 and 8,900. 10 to the first power is 10. Okay, multiplying by a whole number, so I move it to the right. How many zeros do we have? 1. So 1 place to the right. So my answer is 3,458.9. So 3,458 and 9/10. 10 to the second power is 100. Multiplying times a whole number. So I'm going to go to the